In mid-October, the harvest season for U.S. row crops is peaking. The harvesting challenges for most farmers in southeastern states like Georgia are even greater due to their planting options. The Monitor's Rick Treptow has this story for you.
Diversified farmers spend many hours during the winter trying to figure out what crop varieties to plant to make sure they have an efficient harvest. However, come harvest, there are a number of uncertainties.
Calhoun County farmer Jimmy Webb and his county extension agent Paul Wigley said cooler summer weather, not the 8 weeks of 100-degree temperatures, would have been preferred.
Excellent harvest weather for our corn crop. We've only had one rain since we started peanuts, and it was only a 2-inch rain, which helped soften the ground for a lot of us. The ground had gotten hard as far as plowing up.
Jimmy Webb has farmed for 25 years. He makes time to serve on the Georgia Cotton Commission and is vice president of the Calhoun County Farm Bureau. His cotton yields will be down.
The amount of money it takes to grow a crop, you've got to be a high yielder, especially in today's market.
All of the farm's crops are irrigated. Were the reduced yields due to weather, or was it just the varieties available due to the discontinued big yielder in past years, 555?
We don't know, and I won't know till we get all the varieties harvested. I think the real high temperatures we had everything to do with it, because some other people I've talked to, more than one variety, they're all seeing the same thing.
This is pretty common for what we're seeing this year. Our dryland cotton is really off, picking a lot of places less than a half a bale to 250 pounds per acre. For the same inputs, we could have made 750 pounds. It's just kind of tough. Irrigated is all folks that are used to making 1,000 to 1,500 pounds of lint are picking somewhere between 8 and 1,100 pounds.
When we moved to some nearby peanuts, both Jimmy and Paul Wigley said conditions were radically different.
One thing that baffled me this year was weed control was awful, and usually in real dry years you don't have that much trouble, but we had an awful year with weed control.
The peanut crop countywide was better.
It's like Dickens said, a tale of two cities, best of times and worst of times. The dryland or non-irrigated peanuts, we have literally had some evaluated by the insurance adjusters at 0 pounds per acre and a harrowed up. Our irrigated stuff is starting at about 45, but we've already had some farms that are completed with the harvest that are in the 56 and 5,800 pound per acre range. Keep in mind, last year's average was probably statewide about 3,400 pounds. Exceptionally good peanuts if you had irrigation. If you didn't, it's a long harvest season.
The commodity prices are strong. Cotton, with good grades from the gins, could get $1 a pound if producers didn't lock in a price too early. But Jimmy Webb and other farmers have a lot invested in these crops. The fall harvest also means long hours.
They're under more pressure than me or you, either one would be able to stand probably. The value of the equipment that's sitting in this field today would stagger you. It's more than most people will make in a lifetime of good earnings. To produce the crop on the peanut crop, about $750 an acre to produce the crop. Cotton, by the time we get it picked in gin, it's probably going to push $800 an acre. You're not going to make it at today's price structure if you're not making those super ultra high yields, and we're just not getting it this time.
Georgia's field work should mostly wind up by Thanksgiving. Traditionally, some goes into mid-December. I'm Rick Treptow for the Georgia Farm Monitor.